Marching Band of North Carolina, A&T, y'all. Where's the voice of the band? On his way. They got jackets. They ain't playing. This is school with some money. Yeah, they got jackets. All right. Yeah, buddy. Everybody got a jacket on. Yeah, look at them. Look how they walk with their jackets on. Yeah. I got my jacket on. Yeah. Look at me. I'm wearing a jacket. Put up your jacket.
In the building, let me hear you make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, your wait is over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment that you've all been waiting for. The 2016 edition of the North Carolina A&T State University Blue and Gold Marching Machine. Drum majors, the machine is now fueled and ready to take the field. But first, it's gonna be mean. It's gonna be clean. We call it the Aggie Lean. Greenville, South Carolina, it's showtime. It's time for the Blue and Gold Marching Machine to take you back and hit you with a little bit of old school. All my 90s babies in the house, let me hear you make some noise. I can't hear you. If you're ready for the old school, let me hear you make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Blue and Gold Marching Machine to take you downfield with a classic hit from TLC entitled, What About Your Friends? Ladies and gentlemen, we ain't through bringing you the classics. This is SWV right here. Ladies and gentlemen, me a favor. Let's make some noise for all the participating bands. And make some noise for the nation's leading HBCU, North Carolina State University. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise! South Carolina, now it's time for the icing on the cake. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be amazed as we bring to you the beautiful ladies of Golden Delight. Ladies and gentlemen, style, grace, sophistication, and versatility. Nobody does it better than the beautiful ladies of Golden Delight. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Golden Delight. And now it's time for the blue and gold marching machine to slow it down just a little bit and bring you a classic slow jam hit from Brownstone. This is Grapevine. Ladies and gentlemen, the sounds of the blue and gold marching machine. South Carolina, if you're ready to party with the blue and gold marching machine, let me hear you make some noise. Y'all know we couldn't come all the way from North Carolina and not bring the party. A&T, let's show them how we get down in the dog pound. It's time to have an A&T old school throwback party. Let's break it down. Aggie style. Ain't no party like a blue and gold party. Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring the show to an end, always remember, when A&T is on the field, we shut it down time after time. Make some noise! Wait a minute. The show is not over. We can't leave you hanging without bringing you the sound of the blue and gold marching machine. Greenville, South Carolina. Let me hear you make some noise. hormone section, better known as sexually active. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to be on top. But when you're the number one band at the number one school, somebody has to do it. Ladies and gentlemen,